Unstoppable Lady Gaga.
Elizabeth, you almost have to be Gaga not to have heard of Lady Gaga, even though 2 years ago she was virtually unknown. But now, at just 23 years old, she's hit all the right notes. It's the reason I chose her in December as one of the most fascinating people of 2009, and in the month since then, she has managed to soar even higher. It was an unusual opening night this week at New York's Radio City Music Hall. The famous home of the Christmas Spectacular and the Rockettes was taken and shaken by the hottest new performer in years. With those outrageous outfits, sexually charged songs, and blood-soaked performances, 23-year-old Lady Gaga has turned the music world upside down, selling 8 million records. She won Best New Artist at the MTV Video Music Awards.
It's my first man.
Became the first artist ever to have 4 #1 hits off a debut album. Appeared on Saturday Night Live with Madonna.
Hey, guess what, Madonna? I'm totally hotter than you.
This past December in England, she wore an Elizabethan-style red gown when she met Queen Elizabeth. And on New Year's Eve, she had the hottest ticket in America, selling out the Fontainebleau Hotel in Miami with tables costing as much as $25,000 each. But when I met Lady Gaga, she was not in one of her outlandish costumes. Instead, with her platinum hair and serious Chanel suit, she was quite a lady, and not Gaga at all.
You know, I don't take my glasses off for many interviews, but I'll take them off for you.
Oh, thank you. What's the biggest misconception about you?
That I am artificial and attention-seeking, when the truth is that every bit of me is devoted to love and art, and I aspire to try to be a teacher to my young fans who feel just like I felt when I was younger.
Which was?
I felt like a freak. I guess what I'm trying to say is I want to liberate them. I want to free them of their fears and make them feel that they can create their own space in the world.
Born Stephanie Joanne Angelina Germanata, she grew up in an Italian family on New York City's Upper West Side. She learned to play the piano as a child, and by age 13, started writing her own songs. Did you know at 4 and 5, as a very little girl, that you wanted to grow up and perform?
I had this dream, and I really wanted to be a star. And I was almost a monster in the way that I was fearless with my ambitions.
By 18, she was performing in New York City nightclubs. At one point, when you were performing, some of the customers did something you didn't like. And you did what?
Something just came over me, and I took my clothes off.
You took all your clothes off?
Not all of them. I left my bra and underwear on.
You take your clothes off a lot.
I do.
Is it your desire to shock? Because what you do is considered shock art.
Certainly.
So Gaga is a name you just plucked?
Not exactly. I was performing in New York, and my friends started to call me Gaga. They said I was very theatrical, so they said, "You're Gaga."
Then she landed a record deal, not only singing, but writing most of her songs as well. You had a big success with Poker Face. Now there is a line that everybody found had to do with your sexuality. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, bluffing with my muffin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bluffing with my muffin. I hope I'm allowed to say it. So people thought you were saying you were bisexual. Are you bisexual?
Well, I do like women. And
do you like men too, or just
Oh,
men?
yeah. Well, I've only been in love with men. I've never been in love with a woman. But that's really what the song was all about. Why, when I was with my boyfriend, was I fantasizing about women?
Have you had sex with women?
Well, my goodness.
You don't have to answer me. That's okay. We can leave it as a big unknown if you want.
I've certainly had sexual relationships with women, yes.
You know, there also is this strange rumor that you're part man, part woman. You've heard that rumor.
Yes.
True?
No.
Do you mind the rumor?
No, not really. At first it was very strange, and everyone sort of said, that's really quite a story. But in a sense, I portray myself in a very androgynous way, and I love androgyny.
So you like to blur that line?
I like pushing boundaries.
Pushing boundaries, bizarre outfits, and scantily clad performances, not exactly a father's dream for his little girl.
It wasn't really so easy for my dad, especially in the beginning. I mean, we didn't talk for months after the first time he saw me play. And my mother told me that he was afraid I was, like, mentally unstable.
But these days, he is totally supportive of her. And last year, she gave him an amazing gift, life-saving heart surgery.
The doctors were telling us that with the condition that my dad had, he wouldn't have a heart attack. He would just drop dead. So I went home. I left work for a bit, and I said, you're not going to die in this house.
And he had the operation.
Yeah. I guess you could say I devoted myself so strongly to my music that for a while I forgot about my family. But I only get one set of parents. And I think I forgot about that for a little while. But now I get to keep my father and have music.
Daddy, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, yeah.
Her family and career are now firmly in place, and it looks as if the sky is the limit for Lady Gaga.
We're beautiful and dirty rich.
You know, I perhaps shouldn't be so surprised, but I didn't expect to find a serious, articulate young woman.
I think I've grown up a lot.
You're not at all what I expected. You're much more. Thank you, Lady Gaga.
Thank you.
A week from Sunday, Lady Gaga will be performing at the Grammy Awards, where she's received 5 nominations, including Record, Album, and Song of the Year. All eyes will be on her, and you can see why.
When 2020